Hello and welcome to Ferris Sports Update. I'm your host, Rob Bentley, and thanks for tuning in. On today's show, a busy week here in Bulldog Athletics as we talk Ferris State Volleyball, along with soccer and softball. We'll start first with Bulldog Volleyball and joined by head coach Tia Brandel-Wilhelm. Coach, welcome back to the show.
Great, thanks for having me back.
I mean, hard to believe right now, final week of the regular season. You just wrapped up and into the GLIAC Tournament. I know an exciting time for your student athletes, but still hard to believe it's flown by this fast.
Yeah, it has gone really fast. I think you're just constantly in this time, like you're just working on so many things every day that your days just go really fast, and before you know it, the whole season's gone. So yeah, definitely been interesting, incredible, and you know, it's a great season. I mean, we're just really happy that we got a chance to play for sure.
I know certainly your kids have taken advantage of that. Got in 14 regular season matches, and nice to be able to play your complete regular season schedule.
Yeah, that was exciting. I think we always kind of had that mindset of like, if all goes well, this is what we'll do this weekend. Not really taking anything for granted. Certainly, I don't think we had going into it an expectation that we would play all 14 matches. So it's great that we did, and I think it's been really good for us as you know, as athletes and as humans, just to understand the you know, the idea that things could go away, you know, really fast. And I think that's always there, but this season made that more apparent. So I think as athletes, we just took advantage of the times that we did have for sure.
As we go to the highlights this past weekend, final 2 matches at home and playing in Jim Wink Arena, and an effort to accommodate some fans, which was nice to have.
Yeah, it was nice to have the fans there, and it was really cool to get to play in Wink Arena a little bit too. We haven't played in there. Well, obviously we haven't played anywhere for a while, so but we haven't played in there, and it was fun. It was a good atmosphere. We had some nice fans, and you know, it was kind of nice. It's different than our arena, like the ceiling comes into play a little bit and things like that, but you know, it was kind of a cool thing to get to play there and to feel so comfortable playing in a different place.
Obviously taking on Saginaw Valley State here and got off to a quick start, won the first set here 25-15, and really kind of set the tone for the weekend.
Yeah, I think you know, we started off really strong, and I thought that, you know, that was good. Saginaw, though, is just, they're definitely, you know, an aggressive team, and they're pretty tenacious in the way that they play, so we knew that wouldn't necessarily keep being the case. So, and I think you know, as the match wore on, there were definitely some moments where it was, you know, Saginaw was definitely closer than the score felt, I think.
How nice has it been to maybe get a couple players back from injury, namely Katie O'Connell, and really starting to round into form here at the end of the year?
Yeah, I think we're starting to get better. You know, I know this late in the season you're supposed to feel like you're playing, you know, in postseason form and all that, but I wouldn't necessarily say that we're there. But I definitely think we're getting better. We've kind of made it our focus, like just every day that we're in the gym, just try to get a little bit better in what we do. We've made some changes to the way, you know, some of the systems that we run this year, because we just have a little bit different personnel, different strengths and weaknesses, and it's kind of nice to see we're starting to do some of those things now.
Really controlled the second set, 25-13, and bright spot on the day, 10 service aces, really aggressive from the service line.
Yeah, I think that was definitely a goal for us, is to, you know, be aggressive both days this weekend, and to, you know, to really get after it. And that was probably the, you know, the place where we felt like we had a little advantage over Saginaw, is that we felt like we'd be, you know, a little bit better on the pass than they were. So not that we necessarily were, we could have passed better this weekend, but it, you know, worked out okay.
In this match here on Friday, you look at the final stat sheet, no one really stands out. 8 kills for 3 different players, really a balanced effort.
Yeah, it was one of the first times I think that we as a team ran that balanced effort, and I know a lot of that has to do with Kaylee's, you know, she's a freshman setter and didn't really get a lot this fall, so even though you're in your second semester, it really feels like the first semester still. And I think Friday night she really felt like she had a handle on what each player needed and when different players were open. And we also have a couple injured setters on the bench. Julia Mitchell's been injured pretty much the whole season, and she's a really smart setter. So she does a lot too during the game to communicate with Kaylee and try to create that balanced offense. But I feel like Friday was the first time that we really truly like had a good sense of how to balance our offense.
Got the win on Friday, came back on Saturday as we go to the highlights, and senior day, and you had a senior that you honored before the match, and Jackie Beaver, who was with the program obviously this past fall.
Yeah, Jackie spent 2 years with us. She transferred in and played in the fall, and we really had a good sense that she was going to be able to come back and play in the spring. And then it was just really late in the fall, like almost on our last day of fall practice before Thanksgiving, that we realized that she was not going to be able to come back. And that was, so it was kind of like really fast ending. So it was really nice to get her back in the gym. She is, you know, she's just a great teammate, a great member of the team, and just having her back in the gym and having her energy with us was really nice.
Obviously, you kind of picked up right where you left off, got off to a great start here against Saginaw Valley, and maybe what did they do differently than maybe they did in Friday's match?
I thought they defended us a little bit differently. They changed up how they were blocking, so that made us have to kind of switch some of the things that we were doing. Our middles had a nice night on Friday, and I think their block was on our middles a little bit more on Saturday, so we had to go away from that just a little bit. And they definitely served quite a bit tougher and passed a lot better on Saturday.
Obviously, both matches this weekend really posted a nice attack percentage. Didn't have a whole lot of errors in terms of either match.
Yeah, we try not to have too many errors ever, but you know, you got to have some if you're being aggressive. So I think that I would say that on Friday we were more aggressive with our offense, so I liked some of the kills that we got there a little bit more.
Get the win to wrap up the regular season, and now on to the GLIAC Tournament, where you'll head to Saginaw Valley as they'll be hosting the conference tournament this weekend. Should be a very competitive event.
Yeah, it should be. I think that a lot of teams are like us, kind of just getting into form, like mid-season form right now. So it'll be really fun to see how that goes. And it's a weird tournament because everybody's there, and there's some there's consolation rounds, so there's a little bit of extra play in there, but not for every round. And so it'll be interesting. But that first match will be, you know, a nice matchup. We played Northwood in the first round and split with them during the regular season. So that will be, you know, kind of a nice chance for us to, you know, see a team that we've seen recently and hopefully do a little better against.
Obviously, the NCAA has no spring championships this year. How nice is it to have an opportunity to compete in an event like this in terms of postseason action?
Yeah, I think it's really nice, and I so appreciate the GLIAC for working. I know they've worked really hard and spent a lot of resources to make sure that, you know, that we could have a postseason event for our athletes. We do on some of the schools have a good number of seniors that this is their last event. So it's kind of nice to make it a, you know, a tournament format and to make it kind of a special weekend for everybody.
Going into the conference tournament, what will it take for your team really to come out, play well, and hopefully advance in the tournament?
Well, again, you know, we gotta do well this week. Everyone has to. You've got to get all the teams there, pass all their COVID testing, things like that have to happen. So we'll definitely take it one day at a time right now. I think we'll work on, we're still kind of mid-season form, so we're still trying to work on our serve and pass. We're still trying to work on some of our fundamentals with our offense and our defense. So it's just going to be a little bit of all of that, just getting a little bit better, I think.
Well, Coach, thanks for the time, and best of luck in the GLIAC Tournament this weekend. We'll be back with more Ferris Sports Update right after this.